Yo, what's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy, Kevin Forte. You may be wondering, Kevin, why are you so excited? I am excited because we are starting our new preview series here. Now, it's not necessarily a season preview series. We kind of looked at the lineup, but this is dedicated to the starting lineup. So, opening night, we're going to go over all 32 NHL teams, their starting lineup, forwards, defense, depth guys, scratch pad, as well as the starting goalies. And we're starting this off with the Anaheim Ducks. We're continuing this in alphabetical order. So here we go again. Let's see how this goes. So we're going to start off with the forward group. So you got your forwards. You got Maxime Comtois, Trevor Zegras, and I have Ricardo Raquel on the first line. Now, some of the sites I was looking at, Daily Faceoff and a couple of other guys, they had him listed on the second line. Some even had him on the third line. I like Ricardo Raquel on this top line, so you don't have just a ton of young guys on that top line. You already got Zegras. Comtois led the team in points last season, so I'm expecting another good season from him to kind of build off of that. Ricardo Raquel, is, I hate to say this too, maybe try and, raise his trade value, because if this is a guy that you really want to get a first and a prospect for, put him alongside Zegras and Comtois. You should get the value that you want for him. If he's putting up almost a point per game on that top line, that could be the difference if they want to do that. Now look at the second line. You got Adam Henrique, Ryan Getzlaff, and Isaac Lunderstrom. Isaac Lunderstrom is a guy I really like. I think he's a potential top six center. He's going to have some competition, though, because you got Lunderstrom and you have Sam Steele, who will both be trying to get that second-line center role from Ryan Getzlaff. Now, there's a chance that Getzlaff isn't even the second-line center at the beginning of this season. But as of right now, I like him on that second line. He's a little bit more reliable than some of the other guys down the center depth chart. So, Ryan Getzlaff. You also got Henrique, who is also a good player. He could jump on the center role as well. We've seen him play center in the top six in New Jersey and at points here in Anaheim. So, I like that. Yeah, going to the bottom six, it's pretty much the same. The Ducks really didn't do much this summer. You got Troy Terry, Sam Steele, and Jakob Silverberg. Now, according to Daily Faceoff, they actually have Troy Terry as the first line right winger, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think he had a bad season last year, and I'd rather see a guy like Lunderstrom or Raquel take that spot. You also have Jakob Silverberg, who is more of the veteran there. I think he's a nice addition there. He's going to add some scoring. He's reliable. And you also have Sam Steele, who we're still waiting to see what is he going to become. He was one of the draft picks they got for Freddie Anderson, and he really hasn't turned into that top six center that they were hoping for. And I think Sam Steele, he's due for a breakout season. Let him do that on the third line, gain his confidence so he could jump into that top six next year. And then looking at the fourth line, you got guys like Max Jones, Derek Grant, and Nicholas Deslauriers. I love this fourth line. Max Jones, a big body, a power forward guy. He can score some goals here and there. He has shown that capability. He has to work on his finish, but you also have guys like Derek Grant and Nicholas Deslauriers, who I absolutely love there in Anaheim. Deslauriers was a great player in Montreal as that kind of enforcer, power forward guy, and Deslauriers has absolutely embraced that in Anaheim. And he's been able to protect some of the young guys like Zegras, like Lunderstrom, like Troy Terry and Sam Steele. I think he's a great fit there. Now looking at some of their depth guys, you have guys like Sonny Milano, Alexander Volkov, and Buddy Robinson, who I think are reliable depth. Sonny Milano, I was really hoping, the Massapequa kid from Long Island, I was hoping he would work out in the NHL, especially with that chance in Anaheim. It just doesn't seem like it's happening for him. Volkov, a young Russian forward, expect great things from him at some point, but again, there's guys in the depth chart that are just ahead of him. And then looking at your defense, a pretty solid defense, considering this is a team that's been at the bottom of the NHL. You have Hampus Lindholm and Josh Manson, who I think are really valuable defensemen in the league, and I think that's a really good top pair. And then things start to drop off a little bit on your second pair. You have Cam Fowler and Jamie Drysdale. Now, obviously, Jamie Drysdale is very good, but this is a team with Cam Fowler. He hasn't lived up to his expectations. He struggled last year. I think they're expecting more from him. And then the third line, you got Adam Larson and Kevin Shattenkirk, who have not been that great. They struggled last season, but the good news is they do have some young guys that can jump into that role, and I think we may see that again this year. with guys like Brendan Gooley, Trevor Carrick, Brogan Rafferty, who they got from the LA Kings in free agency. And they also have Josh Mahura. So I think some of those guys will have a chance on that third pair. Not to mention their goaltending. You have John Gibson returning and Anthony Stolarz, who is a guy I remember in Philadelphia. But now he's coming over, and I think this is a team that we're going to see a little bit more focus on Gibson really being that guy, and that's kind of been the situation. Ryan Miller was there for a little while. Now Anthony Stolarz kind of gets that comfy position behind Gibson because we know Gibson will start at the very least 50 games this season, if not more, because he is the face of the Ducks right now, as some of these young guys like Drysdale and Zagras and Comtois continue to develop. He's going to be a huge piece of that team. So just give you guys a quick overview of the lines real quick before we close out here. But let me know what you think of the lines. Do you agree with me? Who should be on that top line on the right side alongside Comtois and Zagras? Should it be Raquel, Lunderstrom? Maybe Nicholas Deslauriers if you just want to have a little fun. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL and more videos just like this one, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you again next time.